Xiao Zhan appears in the rehearsal room without any sense of ceremony. There are no stage lights, no dramatic entrance, no visual signals telling you that something important is about to happen. He is simply there, holding a microphone, preparing to sing Bamboo and Rock. From the very first moment he opens his mouth, it becomes clear that this is not a performance designed to impress. This is Xiao Zhan singing in a state where there is nowhere to hide. No autotune, no post-production polish, no safety net. What reaches the listener is a completely unfiltered voice, carried only by breath control and emotional restraint. And that is exactly why people stop scrolling and start listening. Xiao Zhan does not rush into the song. He does not push his voice forward to seize attention. Instead, he lets the melody unfold at a measured pace, as if he is allowing the song to settle into the room before inviting anyone else inside it. His voice is clear, steady, and remarkably calm. There is no trace of nervous energy, no sense of proving anything. It sounds like the voice of someone who knows exactly where he is standing. In this rehearsal version of Bamboo and Rock, Xiao Zhan sings with a softness that immediately changes the listener's posture. You don't lean back, you lean in. Each line is delivered with careful spacing. He leaves room between phrases, allowing silence to exist without fear. Those brief pauses are not empty, they carry weight, making the next note feel intentional rather than automatic. You can hear his breathing clearly, not as a flaw, but as part of the structure of the performance. The breaths are even, controlled, and unhurried. They reveal a singer who is fully present, fully aware of his own body and voice. This is not the Xiao Zhan who stands at the center of a grand stage, surrounded by light and spectacle. This is Xiao Zhan before the performance begins, when the role has not yet been put on. And that is what makes this rehearsal so compelling. There is no exaggerated emotional delivery, no dramatic emphasis placed on climactic moments. Instead, the song moves forward with quiet confidence. When higher notes appear, they do not announce themselves. They rise naturally, stay exactly as long as they need to, and then settle back down. There is no sense of showing off, no attempt to stretch the moment for applause. The control is subtle but unmistakable. Without visual distractions, the listener becomes more sensitive to detail. A slight change in tone at the end of a phrase, a gentle softening of volume, a moment where the voice almost pulls back, as if Xiao Zhan is listening to the sound as carefully as the audience is. This level of restraint is not accidental. It reflects a deep trust in the song itself and in the listener's ability to feel without being pushed. In an industry where performances are often built to overwhelm, this rehearsal does the opposite. It invites calm. Xiao Zhan stands relatively still throughout the rehearsal. There are no large gestures, no choreographed movements. His posture is relaxed but focused, his attention clearly centered on the music rather than on how he appears. This stillness amplifies the sense of authenticity. Nothing feels staged, nothing feels calculated for effect. It feels like watching someone do exactly what they are meant to be doing, without thinking about who might be watching. That sense of closeness becomes even more apparent when comparing this rehearsal to the official stage version of Bamboo and Rock. On stage, the song carries a ceremonial quality. Lighting, visuals, and arrangement elevate it into something grand and symbolic. Xiao Zhan, in that context, represents more than himself. He becomes part of a larger narrative. In the rehearsal room, that distance disappears. There is no separation between the singer and the listener. The voice travels directly without layers of atmosphere or amplification. It feels personal, almost private. Not better, not worse, just different in a way that reveals something essential. This version shows what remains when all external elements are stripped away. What remains is a voice that is calm, grounded, and quietly assured. Midway through the rehearsal, there is a moment that many viewers remember clearly. Xiao Zhan transitions into a segment that combines calligraphy and ink painting, painting directly onto bamboo. He does not treat this as a performance highlight. There is no pause for effect, no dramatic framing. He simply focuses. His movements are careful and deliberate. The room grows noticeably quieter as if everyone instinctively understands that this is a moment requiring attention rather than reaction. After finishing the painting, Xiao Zhan makes a small, almost shy gesture. It is brief, unpolished, and completely natural. That small moment does something powerful. It reminds the audience that they are not watching a perfected image, but a person. There is no attempt to appear profound, no effort to create a viral moment. And as the rehearsal continues and eventually comes to an end, there is no dramatic conclusion, no final pose, no sense of closure designed to signal applause. The song simply finishes, and the space returns to quiet. Yet many listeners find themselves not moving on immediately. They stay, replaying certain lines, revisiting certain moments, not because they were overwhelmed, but because they were held. Bamboo and rock carry strong symbolic meaning rooted in traditional Chinese aesthetics. Bamboo represents resilience, flexibility, and uprightness. Rock represents stability, endurance, and unwavering strength. In the rehearsal version, these qualities are not emphasized through dramatic gestures or forceful delivery. They are expressed through consistency. Xiao Zhan's voice does not bend under pressure. It does not rush. It does not seek validation. It simply continues, steady and composed. This approach allows the song's core spirit to emerge without explanation. The symbolism is felt rather than explained. Listeners naturally begin to draw connections, not because they are told to, but because the performance leaves space for interpretation. Many people respond to this rehearsal not with analysis, but with emotion. They describe it as calming, grounding, and sincere. Some say it feels easier to listen to than the stage version, not because it lacks power, but because it does not demand attention. It earns it. The discussion around this rehearsal spreads quietly at first. Clips are shared, moments are replayed. The attention grows organically, driven by genuine interest rather than promotion. Eventually, mainstream media takes notice. The rehearsal is referenced in discussions about vocal authenticity, artistic discipline, and the value of simplicity in modern performances. The focus remains consistent. This is not about spectacle, it is about substance. What makes this moment significant in Xiao Zhan's career is not its scale, but its honesty. This rehearsal was never meant to define him. It was never intended to replace a polished performance. And yet, it reveals something fundamental. It shows a performer who is comfortable with silence, a singer who trusts his voice enough not to decorate it, an artist who understands that restraint can be more powerful than excess. In a landscape filled with noise, this rehearsal stands out by being quiet. Xiao Zhan does not ask the audience to be impressed. He simply invites them to listen, and in doing so, he reminds us of something often forgotten. Sometimes, the moments that stay with us the longest are the ones that were never meant to be seen at all.